Hello everyone and welcome back to another review. And this one is going to be a bit different. This one is another Oxford Diecast fire engine, but it is a man pump ladder. And it's also from the Avon Fire and Rescue Service. So with that being said, I'm going to begin this review. So this is a pretty nice one. It's a little bit smaller than the Scania ones. You can see how it looks. I'm going to zoom in a little more up close. It has the same detailing. It's got 3 lockers. You got two big ones and then one right in the middle. Fire and Rescue written right above in that looks like highlighter yellowish color, neon color right there. Got a couple lights, it appears, like one right here and then one on the other side or something like that. It's a pretty nice detail. Pretty cool. A little bit shorter than the Scanias, as I was saying. Up close, here we go. We're going to take a look at the front of the cab. As you can see, it's got on the back door the Avon Fire and Rescue Service. I know that writing is pretty small to see. It's going to turn out blurry, but it's basically the same thing that it had on the Scania aerial rescue pump that I did in the last review. It's also got that badge or that crest symbol right next to it, which is pretty cool. And then right next to it, it says avonfire.gov.uk, which is pretty cool. It is hard to see some of that small detailing on it, which is unfortunate. Wish I could show you more, but if you want, I can always make a post of it. And now we're going to take a look at the front of the appliance. So this is a pretty nice one right here. As you can see, it says MAN written across the front, which is pretty cool. And then I'm going to shut off a light, I think right behind me, or no, this one right here. Okay, I think that's a bit better. So as you can see, it says MAN written right there, and it looks like you got a dog or something in that symbol. I'm going to try to zoom in on it a little more so you guys can see it. It's pretty nice. I'm not sure what that is underneath MAN, but that's there. Then I don't know, looks like you got a license plate, and then I'm not sure what that other thing is. It looks like a D and a C almost in that shape. I don't know what that is. That's pretty cool. It's a nice little detail on it, as you can see. I'm going to zoom out just a bit here. And now you can see the mirrors on both sides, which is pretty cool. And then right above, right here, you got this part right here. Not sure what this is called, but that's nice that that's there. I'm going to turn it around to the other side real quick. And then as you can see what I was talking about, where I was just pointing, as you can see right above, right here above the cab by the light bar, which is right here, it's the clear thing. That black part right in front of the light bar is what I was referring to. That's a pretty cool detail that's there. And then we're going to zoom in a bit more on this. It's got the Avon Fire badge and crest. Then avonfire.gov.uk on there. It's pretty cool. Some small detailing. So that's pretty nice. Taking a look at this side of it, we're actually going to look at the top of the fire engine now for a second. So you can see the clear light bar at the front, which is pretty cool, right by that that black part right behind it. It's right in front of that, on top of the cab, which is pretty cool. You can also see the ladders from above. You see got this one right here, got the other one right here, and then you got this big old contraption right here in the middle. Looks like a ladder, but it could be something else. That's pretty nice. You also got that camera or the light right here, which is pretty cool. It's another nice detail, and it's red. It's pretty nice. And then I'm gonna zoom out for just a second, and then turning it around to the back. I'm gonna zoom in again so you can see the ladders again. And then at the top corners, you see 2 red lights. I'll zoom in a bit more. So those are there in the top corners, which is pretty cool. And then down below them, you see there's like, I think looks like 3 lights right here on each corner. On the bottom 2 corners, looks like 3 lights, which is pretty cool. You also got these things right here, this interesting thing that makes it kind of, looks like a tool. Kind of a nice little thing to have right there. It's a nice detail. And then you got the pump area right here at the very back, which is pretty cool. That's nice. And now, to give my overall view thoughts. So this is a pretty nice fire engine. I really like it a lot. I only have 2 man pump ladders. There were 2 other man pump fire engines I wished I would have gotten from my collection that would have been great. But I really like this one. I really like the fact that it's from Avon, and I also have the other one, which is a Scania aerial rescue pump. So it's great to have a pair from the same fire service and 2 different fire engines. But I really like the man pump bladder version, even though it's a little bit smaller. It's still a pretty nice one. Like I said at the beginning of the video, looks like it's probably a little bit small. It might be a little bit smaller than the Scania. I'm not sure. I'd have to do a measure up, or I can make a post of it. But this is a pretty nice one. I like the design of it and just how unique it looks. It's a pretty nice one. I'm not too sure how long ago Oxford was running this model. I got it a few years ago from someone I bought offline. It's a pretty nice one, and I really liked it. So it's a pretty good one. And I'd give it a 10 just because of how it looks like the thing in real life. And it's a pretty nice one. I believe the model number on this one, I'm looking it up right now. It is 76MFE001. So this was probably the first man pump ladder that they made, which is a pretty nice one. It's a pretty nice, and I really like it. It looks like it's an orangish color, which is a little bit different, kind of almost similar to red, but it's still pretty cool, and I really like the look of it. So it's definitely a good one. I'd give this model a 10 just because of all the detailing on it and how it resembles the thing in real life. And it's just a really unique model. So it's definitely worth the money if you come across it. But I would definitely check Oxford's site to see the availability status of it, whether they're still running it or not. But it's definitely a pretty nice one. So if you come across this model, I highly recommend you get it for your collection, especially if you like collecting Oxford's 1/76 scale model emergency vehicles. Then you need to get ones like these for your collection, as they're definitely worth the money and they're really great. So I really recommend you get them if you find them. So anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this review, and please be sure you stay tuned for the next one.